Welcome to Nintendo Unleashed. Coming up in this month's deliciously plump show, we get blown away by a staggering surprise Zelda announcement, we've got more tire-screaming, cup-holder juddering excitement about Mario Kart 8, and we shower you with more amazing goodies in our monthly competition. But first, we've got 8 to defrost in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Just when you thought winter had finished and things were beginning to thaw out a bit, Donkey Kong has appeared with an icy adventure in the form of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. A group of penguin and walrus Vikings wielding vicious spears made of bones have appeared in frozen Donkey Kong's island, so in typical fashion he has to reclaim it in his first original adventure for 3 years. Donkey Kong isn't alone in his quest though. After all, you can't expect an ape to take on a horde of Vikings on his own, can you? Diddy Kong returns, as does Dixie Kong, and Cranky also dusts off his walking stick and makes a wise and things were better in the olden days appearance as a playable character. Not only will you recognise some of the heroes, but you should recognise the addictive 2D style platform gameplay that has made Donkey Kong games as popular with Nintendo fans as banana ice cream to the Arctic monkeys. You'll leap, swing and jetpack through the jungle collecting bananas and using special abilities to uncover secret areas. These vary depending on which character you've partnered up with, and if you fancy holding paws with another adventurer, a co-op mode is also available. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is beautifully rendered in HD, and while the action is fun, fast-paced and challenging, you will find yourself at times wishing things would slow down a tad so that you can properly take in all the sights on display. If you know the Kong off by heart, have just recovered all of Donkey Kong's bananas from the Tiki tribe in Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, or if you are completely new to the Donkey Kong universe, there's plenty for newcomers and old-timers alike. No offense, Cranky. So if you fancy an early winter getaway this year, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is available on Wii U from the 21st of February. It's time for an arms-in-the-air sprint to rundown, as there's lots to get excited about. First up is the surprise announcement of a new Zelda game. Not quite the game that you may expect, but a collaboration between Nintendo and Tecmo Koei that drags the Zelda universe into the warlike world of the Warrior series. Hopefully with as much kicking and screaming as possible, because that's how those games work best. Even though the trailer only shows Link on hack and slash duty, it's safe to assume that other Zelda characters will be selectable. Here's hoping we'll get the chance to take out the Trash's Tingle. The wonderful folk over at Nintendo HQ must have been given a ridiculously large dose of Christmas spirit this year, as they've treated us to a shiny new trailer for Mario Kart 8. It shows the team roaring around an airport racetrack and a stage that seems to be made entirely out of sweets. No cookies for us please Mario, we're all on New Year diets. That, and we're trying to stay in the lightweight class for faster acceleration. And we've got good news for those of you who are excited about the World Cup this year. You don't have to wait until June in order to get some foot kick, ball, goal action. In Azuma 11-3, Team Ogre Attacks is the final chapter in the story, and it's just been released with over 2,200 characters, 350 skills, and 130 teams. It's more than enough bold and bright action to keep even the most enthusiastic footy fan happy. This month we were unleashed on the amazing folks at the StreetPass Manchester's New Year's soiree for a day full of street passing tournaments and horses? The events in Manchester, which get hundreds of people attending, are organised by top-hatted Nintendo lover James Bowden and his team. We spoke to him to find out about the man behind the hat.
Start off, we had about 30, and it went up to about 50 with Monster Hunter, but it was Animal Crossing was the explosion. That was about 140 people at that event, and then sort of going through last year, because obviously we went from Animal Crossing, and then at the end of the year was Pokemon. Again, that was around 140, 150, but that was a massive tournament, so we had players coming from not just Manchester, you know, players now come from sort of all around, and we get them travelling quite far actually, because they know so many people are going to be here and so many happy Nintendo fans are going to want to play some games.
And we chatted to other Nintendo nuts about these amazing events.
The 3DS is just a great little machine, and it's awesome to actually be able to come and play it with other people and get your street passes in.
It's about being face to face and communicating with people, and with Nintendo's games I think they've really grasped like the essence of all that.
They're very important because they connect a lot of people together, and they bring like obviously all the gamers together, and it's like a nice little eShop club.
But as we're kicking things off in the new year, we asked everyone what they were most looking forward to in 2014.
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
Probably Smash Brothers.
Professor Layton versus the Ace Attorney game.
It's a dead heat between Mario Kart 8 and Smash 4.
Smash Bros, of course.
Super Smash Bros. For me, it's the game I just keep playing, it keeps on giving.
Well, Super Smash Bros. Definitely seems like the one to watch this year, thanks to everyone at StreetPass Manchester. If you've got a StreetPass event in your area, let us know about it by emailing onm@futurenet.com, and you might be in a future episode of Nintendo Unleashed. First up is a bombardment of happy memories in the form of NES Remix, the gaming equivalent of discovering an old mixtape that you made for your first crush. All the best bits from early Nintendo classics have been mashed together and had their difficulty level intensified in an ode to retro gaming. If you enjoy the WarioWare series or love games that require an insane level of precision, this is a perfect title for you. More retro reverence now as Contra 3 The Alien Wars explodes onto Wii U, leaving nothing but derelict buildings and pulsating alien brains. In the far future, Emperor Demon Gyaba has decided that he wouldn't mind adding Earth to his list of trinkets, and he sends forth a legion of 16-bit alien terrorists to take control. If, like us, you feel like this kind of behaviour is not on, grab your flamethrower and join us as we create some crispy extraterrestrial barbecue in Konami's classic side-scrolling shooter. And finally, Castle Storm has breached the gates and charged onto Wii U. Players have to build and then defend their castles from invading giant bearded axe-wielding madmen and drooling spiky-toothed orcs. If designing castles sounds a bit too mentally taxing, have no fear. Players have the ability to jump into the graves of a hero and personally get stuck in. Just make sure you avoid those sheep. They look bad. Oh, never mind. Phew, we seem to have made it through the first show of the year. Make sure you join us for another heavy helping of Nintendo loveliness next month.